Steve, at times some solid puck movement, especially on that Carbinian Holzer goal.
Yeah, it's one of those games you really don't know how things are going to work out for either team. I had an opportunity last night to meet with the coaching staff from San Antonio, and we were both saying the same thing, that we were both unsure how this was going to work out here this morning. But thankfully for us, we got 2 points. I'm sure they're happy getting a point on the road. And but as you said, there were some good moments of the game and some not so good moments of the game. But ultimately, we found a way to get 2 points.
Drew McIntyre.
You know what? Again, there's certain times in a game as a coach you need to look to change a dynamic, to try to create some buzz, some energy, and that was the time for us. And I think it woke us up a little bit. I thought we were going through a little bit of a flat period, and he'll be back in the net Friday night. He's a pro. He understands how it works sometimes, and Drew will be back in the net Friday night.
You found some success on the power play today, but are you getting the success you'd like out of the power play right now?
Well, you know what? We've got 4 pretty skilled forwards on the ice, and then TJ Brennan. So you basically have 5 forwards on the ice, and the challenge for us is not killing the clock with possession, where we keep the puck, look for that extra pass, and next thing you know, you've killed a minute and 30 of the power play and you haven't got a shot. So I think sometimes less is more with that unit and getting more pucks to the net.
In the last few games, you seem to have got a strong effort defensively from Andrew McWilliam. He's laid out some serious hits, and he's been physical.
He's been real good, and you know what? He's in that class with Percy and obviously with Granberg that are a bright future for us. But his game is being tough. His game is playing with grit, and he can hit you if your head's down in the neutral zone. He's been solid and killing a lot of penalties, and obviously playing against the other team's top line. So Andrew McWilliam's been solid.
Greg McKegg coming back, has a couple assists right away. Talk a bit about his play tonight.
You know what? He's good. He's our first line center. We rely on him in so many different categories. It was nice that he had his first NHL opportunity, and it wasn't exactly a Tuesday night in Nashville. It was on Hockey Night in Canada against Ottawa. So, you know what? It was a great experience for both Greg and his family, and he's come back here, I think, with a great mindset, and we're going to lean on him heavily down the stretch.
How big was Jerry D'Amigo tonight?
That was his best game of the year, and you know what? It was great. He's come back from the Leafs with a great attitude, and the display he put on, scoring goals, killing penalties, and then in the shootout, he got our game puck and was deserved of it.
McIntyre's switch up. What was it? Coach's instinct?
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, and I just felt at that point we needed to change something. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to play your goaltender to shake up your hockey club. Our players have nothing but respect for Drew, and when I do something like that, it wakes up the troops, and thankfully they responded.
Did you get what you wanted out of Duco and Nagy? Called up?
Yeah, great. Speed, energy. Mike got into a scrap. I thought Corey gave us good minutes on that fourth line. It's funny, when we've played him with Devan and Staubitz, he creates energy and he creates pace for those two guys to keep up. So he's been really solid. So it's great having the backup.
And Garrett Mark came in and did the job, especially in overtime there. Gilroy had 3 good chances.
Yeah, you know what? He was good. You know what? Solid, a real good prospect. Again, he and both Christopher Gibson auditioning for full-time play up here, and both guys have been solid. Gibson's been solid in Orlando, and I think Garrett, since he's been recalled, has been very solid for us here in Toronto.